Our I-team investigating so-called ghost evictions. So what if you found out that you had an eviction on your record, but you've never really been evicted? Consumer investigative reporter Jason Knowles finding that thousands of people right here in our area are facing this problem. Jason.
They are. They could be described as ghost evictions. Current state law allows an eviction to be on your record even if a case was thrown out. We found one family with a dismissed case, but their record is tarnished.
It has just been an incredibly difficult time for us.
For more than a year, Caitlin and Ryan Zontag couldn't find a landlord who would rent a home to them and their 3 young boys.
We have this eviction on our record, and we try to explain the situation.
But the Zontags were never evicted.
We won the case. The case was dismissed, but it's still public record. When you look up our names, it states that we were evicted.
The Zontags were renters in this Berwyn apartment building in 2016, not knowing the apartment was filled with lead paint. Doctors found the 2 youngest Zontag boys had dangerous levels of lead in their blood. Lead poisoning can severely affect mental and physical development in children. The CDC says there is no safe level of lead in the body.
Walls, windows, everything.
During the lead paint dispute, the family didn't pay rent for 6 weeks. They say they were waiting for the lead issue to be remediated. That's when their landlord filed eviction papers.
We'd like to talk to you about some high levels of lead.
The landlord declined to comment when the I-team first asked her about the case in 2016. Then, in a following story, her attorney said, "We are cooperating fully with county health officials to ensure that the property is safe going forward." The attorney declined to comment on this report.
It states clearly in the Lead Poisoning Prevention Act, Section 10 says no tenant shall be evicted, even if they do hold rent.
It's forever on your record.
The Lawyers Committee for Better Housing released an eviction study this spring. It analyzed Illinois cases from 2014 to 2017 and found that 39% did not result in an eviction order or judgment against the tenant. But the mere eviction filing immediately shows up in the public record.
Joe Schmo went down and filed a case against you with no basis. It's going to show up on your record. And landlords are using this as to determine whether they're going to rent to you.
The Committee for Better Housing organization says 15,000 people wrongfully have an eviction put on their record each year, despite not having a judgment against them. So the housing group, along with legislators, drafted a bill requiring eviction filings be sealed until a court upholds the eviction. The Chicago Apartment Association opposes the bill, stating it would hinder apartment owners and managers from providing safe, quality, and professionally maintained housing for all renters.
There's different ways to find out who's a good tenant, who's not.
The Zontags say they had to split up their family for most of last year while struggling to find housing. But after showing their current landlord our I-team stories, they got a lease. Now they'd like the dismissed eviction off their record.
Absolutely. I think the law should go forward.
If you have one of these ghost evictions on your record, you can also find a realtor to help you look for a place to live. Tell that realtor up front the challenge you are facing, and they can explain this to potential landlords. It is always better to get ahead of this. Tell the landlord first, then the landlord doesn't think that they're being lied to.
Oh, don't wait for them to find it. Yeah.
Right.
All right, Jason.